ah mbokki déglukat yi may naa dal di sant di leen dal di gërëm si seen topp bu rafet ak seen ànd bu rafet fi ngeen xam ne mooy Gam Football Fans TV saa su nekk rek waxtu bi su dal di jotee du ñu dal di def dara lu dul waxtaanee fii lu nga xam ne mooy football yi Gambia si kàllaama olof si kàllaama soose ak si lu nga xam ne mooy si kàllaama nasara lu moo tax tey nag sum Habib mun naa am dina dal di ñëw si kanam tuuti wante ne Lamin nekkul fi man maa fi nekk tey amee lengay ande see suma naataango suma xarit ak suma mag ku nga xam ne mooy Sana Yafa ma dal di bàyyi rek Sana dal di nuyoo wala ñoo dal di dugga si lu nga xam ne mooy si bunti waxtaan bi Sana bisimilah.
jërëjëf Buuba maa ngi laa nuyu yow it di la sant di déglu di gërëm suñu seetaan yi nekk Gambia ak ñu nekk ci diaspora bi jël si waat rek seen weekly show bi Gam Noyo hashtag Noyo Gambian Football it's been 2 weeks dugg ci woon waaye dafa nekkoon rek comme ay teexa la rek ay technical issue lañ amoon tuuti rek waaye sant yàlla everything sorted out and we are very very happy to be back and then to be also discussing Gambian football.
Sana xam ne ne waxtu bi xaw nañoo dab tuuti rek wante si gàttal programme yu am nañ fi topic yu bëree bëri wante ne ñu dal di commencé fu nga xam ne mooy under 20 bi te si guddi nañ dal di bàyyi ko fu nga xam ne mooy Morocco ñu dal di dem fu nga xam ne mooy Mauritania ba pare tam amoon nañ fa ñaari test match seen diggante Burkina Faso ak seen diggante Cameroun loolu yëpp dal di nekk wiin yàlla dogaloon nag Yaya Mané amee woon lu nga xam ne mooy lenge bi ñu ne si jamono bii coach Matar Mbodj mu ngi nekk gaay war a dal di jubloo fu nga xam ne mooy Nouakchott naka la woon importance bi dal di amee woon pour ñu dal di génna si biir Gambia dem beneen place am ñaari test match ñu boole ko lu nga xam ne mooy ñaari wiin loolu psychology preparation ak confidence naka la ko dal di yokkee.
waaw Buuba loolu preparatory period bi lu am solo la especially bu nekk team boo xam ne dañ dem ci Afrique ci regional championship bi di waafu bi ñu win ko and dañ soxla woon like a moral booster pour ñu make sure that ne ñu mun a prepare seen bopp the best possible way and da ngaa gis ne gars yi am nañ loolu because the coaching team did very well. The Gambia Football Federation did extremely well to make sure that TV is giving the best of preparations. And I think Lulen enjoy and then advocate Nengo and then Federation Deglunen. It's really, really important. In a different atmosphere, different climate. ñu mun a prepare seen bopp physically, mentally, technically ak tactically with play nañ ak 2 test game ak comme li nga wax tamit ak team yoo xam ne tamit ñu si competition bi ak ñun so am ñu player ñoom that was a very very good test for us because dinañ mun a xam suñ doole fi mu tollu even though weerara sax mënuñoo wax ne test game la waaye dafa baax trop ñu am opportunity to play with ñoo xam ne the same standard lañ nekk the same level lañ nekk and da nga gis ne team bi it seems ne daf ko pick fu mu ko bàyyee woon and I think loolu amoon na solo trop ñu am ñaari win even though whereas Matar nekk fa mi head coach bi ñu bëri foogoon nañ ne loolu dina demoralize team bi in terms of confidence wise but alhamdulillah it seems they've been working hand in glove to make sure that one kenn su fa nekkul kenn ki mun naa pick up and all credit goes to the team and then credit goes to Yaya Mané and then as well for stooding up and then living up to expectation and I think foog naa ne lii lañ soxla leena rek moo nekk football ñun technical team bi build the way you build teamwork nga advocate for teamwork and demand for teamwork from your players that's also what we demand as well as coaches and they make sure that ñu amee very good team boo xam ne and we can always be there su fekkee nekkul kii dina fill up his position and I think that is what exactly happened the momentum is growing, even though whereas I'm on time, um, the confidence of the team we thought not will go down with head coach B, all the negative stuff surrounding him and media, obviously. But Alhamdulillah, we're on track. We're glad to meet the head coach we joined the team B, which we think was very, very proper. And then that's gonna bring the fact it came at a time where it's a very, very crucial time. So it means that all hands are on deck and that the team is well prepared, well composed. We've seen them in their test match, they play very strong, and then they were very, very confident. And then that's something that is very, very encouraging, and we are looking forward to have a very good tournament.
Gambia dinañ dal di play seen diggante Morocco si lundi bi si guddi maybe 7 p.m. time wante ba léegi support bi parce que foog naa ne Gambia bi tam at yeneen dëkk ñoom Tanzania ñoom Morocco ku nekk dafa dali nekk lu nga xam ne mooy mérite wante ba léegi foog nga ne support bi ak boost bi tam foog nga ne mu ngi topp under 20 bi comme ni ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi dal di séntoo diggante Gambia at Angola biir match ndax support bi ak ambiance bi rajo yee télévision yee internet bi ñu ngi ko dal di waxtaanee lu nga xam ne mooy under 20 bi.
Well, actually, Buba, Lulu Faga under 20, we focus with the foreign under 20. In as much as I'm doing a very crucial, very important, one of the most important games in the history of Gambian football in March against Angola. That's important to understand this under 20 team is a team to watch. It's a team to put a lot of emphasis on because team la bo xamne dafa am lu dafa commencer success, and I think all we wanted to do is to make sure that you consistency in that success. In that way, players is and development be smooth. And actually, Purman, it's a developmental team, and I trusted the coaches, and I trusted that the FF is doing all their utmost best to make sure that the support that they deserve is given to them. Why Nyari teams? These are two different important teams. Yes, what they're gonna look forward more qualify see African Cup of Nations, which is the primary objective, which is the most important thing. The Gambia, why we still have time, and then we still also have time to give focus to this under 20. So part of the shift attention to the national team. Hamna national team be preparatory wise could be our technical team and be are doing their job, and which we expect that everything would be intact. The luckiest thing is we are playing the first game of the two games home, so that's going to give us a breathing space. We will not be running after then more travel Gambia, so it means that from Gambia then your travel go out, and which is one advantage towards Angola. But like I said, media has to put their weight behind this team because this is a team that has brought us success, and then for the past 4 or 5 years, and for the past 4 years, 3-4 years. So obviously, what it deserves is the support morally, mentally. I mean, in all aspects, and every Gambian should be able to give that support to the team. So more ahead, and that media has been focusing on the under 20 of late, and I think we've been more focused on the negative aspect of Lee Hosi football at the moment than the positive aspect. And I think at this moment in time, we need to be much more focused on the positive aspects.
For sure, muna am Lamin Baro dina dal di isi dimanche bi wala just even Monday bi sax wante support bi foog loola tam even suñ support under 20 bi tam sax like ñu Matar Mbodj ñu gis ko ne tam kii tam nekk na coach bu nga xam ne tam even after tournament bi mun naa dem coach ji Europe or even other country lan may importance ñu support coach bi tam moom mun naa am opportunity woon ñoom bon amuñ ko woon ñoom sang like léegi nii in this 21st century ñu support coach bi ñu push coach bi tam si boppam.
waaw buba loolu lu am solo la man foog naa man like man soo bàyyi xel man su ma waxtaanee Gambian football most of the time is lim dee centered mooy the support we give to the coaches, to our coaches, because man pour man dama feel ne that's a very important aspect bu ñu war a focus on because coaches yi ñoom ñooy train players yi ñoom ñoo amee players yi ñooy select players yi. If we can give them the support, you equip them the best possible way, let's be assured that we will always have the end results. And then that is that we can be shown players and developmental phase be do not go according to the way ni mu waroon a demee. If you tell me coach bi si boppam dafa set I mean waa dafa set boppam up. I mean you know what I mean. You must have targets in life. You must try to set a bopper to be a winner. And I think there is no single coach as far as I'm concerned who doesn't want to register success. And I think it is important ñu xam loolu ne ñun suñ responsibility mooy you be successful, you know. And I think that is something that you know, it's not only like we will just like focus on the team development, but the coach as well has to develop himself, and that is day by day because modern football get evolve every time, all the time get evolve. So the way football evolve, coach be some no longer try to evolve to keep up the pace with the things that are happening in modern football. And I think it is really important to note that.
Sana Demba nekon Thursday nikon Gambia under 17 bi den don qualify pour Morocco under 17 wante yalla lolu dogalut ko like bo tidé nga déglu so many version although ne investigation ñoo good communication ñoo good press release mo dal di génné like after 3 days after 2 days nga déglu both side of the stories lan moy sa conclusion lan moy won lan den miss bir Sénégal on just la at léegi tam léegi suñ génnee lan den manqué woon biir Sénégal naka leen mën a dal saafara itam li nga xam ne mooy cheating si Gambian context. Sana xaw ma laa dégg de.
waaw Buba issue cheating bi in Gambian football dafa nekk loo xam ne dafa doy waar. I think it's like dafa nekk loo xam ne sensitive na in a sense boo xam ne nit ki soo see wax tamit da nga si war a wax lu la leer. And then you know soo ko munta wax da nga noppi man foog naa loolu moo gën. In as much as we trying to stay positive dafa am ay negative impact si suñu ñëwee in fact we try to come up with our thoughts because Gambia ñun ñëpp ñoo bokk Gambia and then you know football bi ñun ñëpp a ko bokk. If it moves forward it is for everybody. You know what I mean? And I think it is important. It is really, really important for you to acknowledge those. You know, the like you say, under 17 issue, and I think authorities needs to sit back, you postmortem the whole thing, you know, you try to come up with a realistic approach on how we tackle this age issue because it's not giving the country a good name in football, especially at the cadet level. If you have to ask me, I feel very sorry. I feel very disappointed. Most of those players in that team, their dreams are scattered because of nit wala ñaari nit wala ñetti nit. You know, the lolu mun na cause a lot in their development as far as their developmental phases are concerned. Luñ wara def moy man gëmuma witch hunting. Na suma waxee dañoo wax ne Sana dafa yàgga negative or whatever. That's no problem. I don't mind the way ni ma painting, but I think Kaba and his executive need to sit back ñu post-mortemly because ñoom ñooy the executives. These are the people entrusted to run football. I'm not talking about the staffs at the GFF. No, they are staff. So anybody who came in should be able to work with that. So what we expect from those people is a professional conduct, professional work ethics. That's what we need from them. But these are the politicians. These are the executive. You know, they are the very people that are voted in to look to stay at the affairs of football. So if everything works, it is their responsibility and the credit goes to them. If it doesn't work, we will still point at them and they need to try to come up with solutions. I'm not about politics. Last time, Nyom Kebe Amon issue be, we are sad for some reasons. I don't believe in no two executive be. Man, I musuma believe the executive should be there are people tasked to do this. There are people tasked to mount those positions. If the executive feels that those people are not doing their job to the best of their ability, they should be dealt with. They should be dealt with. I'm not in as much as you get maslaha do them. Man, I don't even want to comment too much on this age issue. But all I can say is, if I had a contact with Kaba, I would have told him, you know what? There is no excuse in this. Okay? It doesn't have to be Kaba. Kaba and trust man different position. Football definitely different components. So if we fail in one area, then the new hold that is competent enough to competent, we bring someone who is competent enough. We have people with brains in Gambian football. We have brains. There are people with brains. Why? I don't definitely believe it's shameful that we are disqualified. It's shameful that those people, their dreams of even going and having a very good revenge against Senegal, like we did in the under-20, it's scattered away in the 11th hour. You can't blame the kids for anything. Let's blame ourselves as football. In those positions. And if you don't set precedents, it's gonna repeat itself. If people keep talking about Nendahaki, we are witch hunting. And it's not witch hunting. It's not witch hunting. This is something that is disgraceful to the whole nation. It has to be said. Okay? Why let them sit back, postmortem everything, and come up with drastic actions. It shouldn't be repeated because I don't know. Everywhere for them Gambia is cheating. But Gambia they're just used to it. This is one thing they do. That's what they said. So is that sending a good signal to our young players who we are advocating, who we are looking for to travel Europe and other countries? It's not going to help because they can bring them to why Gambia? They always have a problem of cheating. Okay, and I think we should be. They will start scrutinizing also. I mean, we have kids that are talented. The under-17 is not just about winning trophies. It's not about winning all the time. All we are interested in for them to be fully developed and ready to be professional players. So I mean, if you talk new post-mortem league, you talk and you set out some bopper. There are people responsible. There must be some people that are responsible that are tasked to take care of this issue. Why do we have to point fingers at Senegal? Football we let ourselves down. I don't believe in pre-tournament MRI test. You did it at we did that because Lolu then got that for our own convenience. That is not compulsory. It's not mandatory. What is mandatory is CAF is going to run a test, at the tournament. But the pre-tournament MRI test, whole bunch signal in the pre-tournament MRI test, 10-15 people fail. In the one year, ni tamit fail. Nga joge fi them Senegal them test ñu gëna tamit. What signal are we sending? Can we go back and then you proper age, you go to the school, you pick up from there? Can't we do that? So it's very possible. It's very achievable. And I think it's something that this is my take on it. I don't want to be blaming X, Y, and Z. If I have to say the truth, I will have to say Kaba has to go out new post-mortem the whole.
One day, so for a post-mortem be like some of the people involved, Kaba. Like man personally, I think Ablay Bojang warning ko daha bi ñaarelu yoon la muy dem. I mean, and there are so many things. One time, public bi ñu wara demand post-mortem bi natam federation they have to come and instead of setting committees or communication, like they have to come because Dalon and Niger, those people went in jail. Ñu fault yep, then they don't guy.
Well, I'm gonna comparison bobu la buga. We are moving forward. Man dama de one all the time. Anywhere else so magi wala ma one. Gambian football is at a time when we are at a time when we enjoying the success of what we think we deserve. But hey, this age cheating is just something mess up everything. The under 20 is in Mauritania right now. They just from a back of winning a trophy at the African Championship, a regional championship. The national team is in the brink of qualifying to the first ever African Cup of Nations in a space of 4 to 8 weeks. All right. It's just that this thing came at a very bad time when the Gambia is making names for himself for all the right reasons. Okay, it came at a time where it's very, very, very bad as far as I'm concerned, and I think would not demoralize nobody in terms of seeing name outside in the outside world. You don't just have to technically or no, technically mu xewaat su ci police involved tamit gis nañ report boobu yëpp num demee xam nga Gambia is too small, but if you wanted to dig into certain things lu ñoo gis rek ne mooy dañoo wax ne xëj na bugguloo diw bugguloo no, it's not about that. Léegi let's look at it as this critical point of view. ñoom Kebele executive, they are accused of age cheating, and we all know how it all went. There was a report published. I was very fortunate. I was very fortunate reading that report book. And I know people that were held responsible. Nothing came out of it. We forget about it. We moved on. Cabinet executive knew. There is policy involved. Okay, this executive, in one way or the other, someone has to be responsible. So, su kola de buge daw, su ma mom dañ yaga, dañ def li, o bu ñoo def li, moy tax duñ dem. In fact, mu am point you look into each other's face and tell Buba, you are tasked to do this, and this is not done. It's your responsibility. I'm sorry, but we must have to act to make sure that we correct the rights. We must correct the rights. I have seen this now, top GFF officials. You get this on Facebook about this issue, and there is nothing there. This is undefendable. It is undefendable. I excuse myself on discussing them because I had huge respect for most of them, but this is something undefendable because that was a platform. I don't always be on Facebook trying to criticize. I don't want to criticize people. It's football we are talking about, and this is where we all belong. So it's like this shouldn't be an issue of the no top and ten. It should be an issue of trying to solve the problem and move on. All our focus should be our national under 20, who deserve everything right now, who deserve the whole program. You pour on them because of what they achieved. And look at their preparatory period. Why they don't run this under 17 saga be overshadowed everything. It's not right. I think I will say it again, and I don't know whether the number they already. Kaba has to sit back with this executive and post-mortem everything and make sure that they take appropriate action for the interest of football. That's all, man. That's my take on it. If they do it, it's for interest of Gambian football. If they didn't do it, they feel okay. They can look Gita and friendship or if you yet still it's up to them. They are in football today, but history would always judge them.
Mani lo lal abele mo kan dawoda drong bal ja kan jang yalla wala keta gam football fans TVT ñi ñu wato sita drom ko fenga fenke don fakka siale jang ning bani mal mun keta sanaya fati aning lamin baro abe wala ñaw fanan aning habib bari wol be bi man na ma be no bi do ni na bani mal be sirin jang mi yalla ko wala keta sana yafati comme na ya fa ñam drong ñu wato anyana ka tara numbe under 20 la ko fokan num bari woman kenu bawo ngani ni kala ka fay ko nun kunun drong ñana ko fanan qualification no fanan confirm de no pour ka tara maberim fanan CAF under 17 morgo kono bari inada ka Gambia suspend le iko itijin le fanan ke sanadum comme ni yemu fosu wako drong pour ñe me daniel pour ya kada ba ke drong ya funye ya sey kanyum ya ko manika ko ngoti ka fuye itela miru mi ya ko kete e chitinti fo ko mi yalan ko nyana ka encourage abe bonko fanan tinyalo nyaadi le bawo ya fole jang ko ka fo ko fan on the 20 fambe takan non mun keda Mauritania asike no e be mol jibe la ka fo ko yunu fon ya fa inin keba na to jang ay mantoro jumale nati ay tinyali jumale fanan nati ise dunno wol kono bang
buba ye kuma min fa barka bake no mandinka wala ma galon tol dol wo kay you know ndol mu international la de ndol suru kan ndol ngam ndol fanko wala ko bage ndol mu suru wala de but to be fair with our mandinka listeners, and I think it is important coming in from that be phone on na but in some mo fanan phone ole coming be na le Gambian football of late and then ku jama balbe keke ngalone on under 20 be preparation la priketa Mauritania ibenum Morocco as at kunung, and I think they plan B ibe flying pour keta Mauritania on the 17th tata Senegal yela game follow lose against Senegal yela game follow ndango ya win comfortably 2-0 emphatically but in nata moy ko disqualified iko nga player la sanjo swinga and wonata ke kule de mi alon ko niyo moy dol ateke terrain quote because in the name muta le echitina ay problème na ke football auto na football executive will change that dol tata dol nada you dol bay you dol you know faketa police school beating all beji janne bari ntol ngami lan ko be lesson all mbakara na jele bari nata je fana a repeat ko oto sa nanta munekela ndaka comme kamin fo rek sa fu no kan nga fa ni sura kan wala ntebe lamin kababa mi yalon ko bi atelen Gambia Football Federation president nteba encourage la min na wolen ko anala executive UC because ñing football femfula le kasamba okay mol mi yalon ko they are appointed, you know, those are different work components like the technical department, the competition department, you know, I mean, and all other things, marketing, finance. Well, they are appointed, being all but there are people that are elected. One the executives, one the president, the another team. Football be wolle bulu, wolle fonko soto sembo soto kamo employee at the football house. What on ni it will do ko di moment din. It will have responsibility le ya make sure that ko wodo ko ni atamata nyanta tamala nyamen. Nte mam believe ko nyanta federation no be blame la pour ni echitina and stuff. Honey, Kaba is a president. Bakari Jame is the first vice. Ibu Fai is the second vice. Lantombo is the third. These are people ni alonko it will tarno la ko beto. So ye monde muta ye do ko di wala bi alonko nyanta do ko kela. So it will find up responsibility lo ya make sure that wo mi ye do ko di la ya make sure do ko ke to the best of their ability. But it should not happen. Amanya na kela mi alonko banko ban la and 2 years is coming. It will Gambia ban 2 years because ni muta cheating that this is exactly what is going to be done. Now, executive, we are banned for 2 years. Okay? You disqualify in the tournament, that's one thing. And what can we do next? Now, the report in the GFF report in the press release in the I think minketa ketale excuse all nkana mbulo tulimo la mi alon ko mang evidence ko la. Kapoko this pre-tournament MRIs and stuff wo be man na raje. Kabo Gambia kata MRI ke Senegal at amanke kutu mi a correcta nte I have said it over and over MRI is not something that is real amanke kutu mi realta nte I can tell you that because amanke coming nka assume le kafo but I have when nimo that MRI la mi yalon ke kula determine and it was never true I don't amanke tonya nga Gambian player fana jana mo fla that MRI la be danta bakili factory koto ma mi yango wole wa koto wotata emara na pasa do ma ya fe no be di janne so bari min kaw be bondi nyamo kuno kaw be bondi slogan manya na dunda ni e problème ko no wi c'est be soto no le mi yalo c'est invest no jele ka ne to ko no player soto at the right time a wato sitale nak nga nyoji be nyako nga to nyako nyoy manya na jibe la ko buba mu maldi wala Kaba mumfama terimaldi, so I will not say no at mukata wanyama. Football surwa kafo mi amut kolare tide. Kafo ko intenite 11 Pema. It's not dead. It's not dead. Min gonna realistic ta ngam si bang kabay si ba na la mol de footballo jibe ye nyimbe post mortem won ya dundi ya jibe mi munat na kita but nil lafta falako nteni ñine struggle dadi wala mun terle di wala terla terle wala mbadi ngolong so I don't have to do anything at a footballo sambala ata sambala. So we will end up repeating the same problem. And now it's high time I stop because signing na dindingol minyalong but a different category, different age groups. It at an international level, while it at Europe, the opportunities to go for trials. It at Gambians are naturally talented. Nit at a team told side Gambia and the Alanga Haklo to be because it can do cheating. This is what is going to be. Na Gambian don't have a jam, a problem all about. Yeah, national team will find a problem come with a fake and buy. Now that what on for us to sit back, we give my belief go movie chandler. I don't definitely believe in that. We can be critical, we can be very critical. Now for me, we criticize constructively, but what is important is we need solutions to solve this issue.
Sana ngamera santeng waktu ngamera 10 minutes tuta ma ko bari nge sabat rong Gambia la first division ligo na jani kana second division nga jele bi walidan in interending imanyo buteno itata 1-1 le Mohamed Sawane wole golos ko follow penalty after John Mendy na daka golo fana equalize bari walidan after 5 games ye 3 points da male soto yebone karam walidan la struggle kono santeng.
Well, yeah, that is yummy, and I think fem positively ngo bijele mimbe nakang and fanga mun nañ ko wasi olof amna lu positive lu say gina because so hole they lost their first 2 games and they start picking up points. They started scoring goals, which is very encouraging. So all the team needs to do right now is to make sure that they a base. So a foundation that they can keep it, but they're scoring goals. So they just needed to have that click on winning mentality. And I think they will come on. Walidan is a big team. It's been put by someone who is very experienced, even though he's I hope he's back. No, he's still in Morocco. Mugeda Mauritania Fode. And he's having a very good team. But like I said, it seems that Walidan is transition, and I think they're trying to build a new look of Walidan, and that's going to take time for them to be having the results and the authority in Gambian football. Right now, you see every team is beatable. I think Fortune did quite extremely well. In Chikau, you see a team that they are struggling last season. They're making names. They make names for themselves. The likes of BK Milan, the likes of Elite United, and then Wabanjul also started picking up maximum point. Gisnanya Hawks maximum point. So it's gonna be a hard and a long season for all the teams. Because I margin with time it's not long. And I think my favorite at the beginning was Real Banjul, and I still stick to that because they have all the foundations to build on it. So Holly plays with guy Yokatamid sent team with Tamid. Armed Forces started strongly. They were beaten, it's in last game, and I think it's something that is encouraging. We've seen goals. Now, if you ask a coach from a coaching point of view, our teams working on their defense. Now I think we are not having scoring issue. We are not seeing teams scoring 3, 4, 5 goals, but we are also not seeing teams defending goals. So coaches has to also focus on their defensive aspect as well.
Just wala ñu rapato rek second division bi won match day 5 Steve Biko dal ñakon sen digante team Rhino Bombara tam Red Hawks door len 1-0 danaka match yi yeb dafa dal jëm 1-0 Serekunda is bi tam ñu dal di ñaka sen digante Jara West 1-0 ñu nga xamné nak ñoy Young Africans at PSV Ngara 1-1 Kiang West at Falcons ndam dem dikuto 2-2 Jam City at Immigration 1-0 Gunjur United at lu nga xamne ne moy Infantry Battalion 1-0 Jam City 5 games 15 point maximum lan nga dal di jàngatee si ñu dal di score 11 goals dal di just concede 3 goals.
Impressive, and I think you guys set the pace. Dafa nduroo ne they establish their authority si second division bi. It's a team that's been in the second division for a long, so waxuñ waxi experience. They've got the experience, and I think li gaay wone for the first 5 games, it will be hard to team Dorland, but like I said, League is very unpredictable. But like with all respect to other teams, Jam City, I think no matter remember Ban Gambian team will win 5 straight games in the second division without a lose, and considering only 3 goals. So team Bobu Nono, they're working on their in all aspects, and they're getting everything right as of now. And I'm happy for them because it's a team that struggles to come to the second division, go back to the third division, you what the second division be, and I think they have the feeling of both. So now that they are at the top, they just have to maintain their pace. And I think Suma Hole table, you open up the gap with 5 points right now. And I think that's a very good margin for first 5 games. If they can increase it in their next 3-4 games, they will be very, very hard for New Jutland. You get teams like Ladkunda United, you get inconsistency this season. Team Rhino, you get pick up but pick maximum points in second win with this week. But it's inconsistent. It's the only consistent team which I'm right now is Jam City. You know how they're doing extremely well. And I think we are going to see a really big upsets, both in the first and second division this year.
For my Jam City, for now, one thing, for now, like management, this time, like board with them, maybe they commit different strategies, new pump for Halis. I mean, because of the Gison and Yom, Sikovic Halis with them, didn't moto. For now, there's some stability, pour new Gison, okay, be mom, Nenko push, but the more you hit a gap, the more they stand a chance or even an advantage. Despite that, Steve Biko, Falcons, PSV Veringara, dinen ñom samga dinen dal di ñew pour compete.
Yeah, I think football yep in comme ma wala rek daf dé baax torop su season wi jeexé nga toga sétat sa bop fan nga joggé fan nga dem fi nga éga ak fan nga bëgg. And I think Jam City did their best. They did extremely something I mean great. Moto, this is a community team. Am nañ moto bo xamné they don't have to worry again. Team with transport. I remember sometime in second division, Bumane, second division back then. They struggle sometimes to be at games on time. You know what I mean? So, and now it seems that they address all those issues. Now they focus on building the confidence of the team. Yes, the management has started taking up responsibilities, and I think you see the end results. Management, I mean, a very good management. Know how they are productive. Obviously, di nga gis team tamit didn't put measures. Now I think it is paying off. So everybody has to do your job. Sanga also is doing extremely well. I'm could be experienced all. And I think the only thing is they also started slowly inconsistency. Be move for why you get catch up, you get win 1-0, 1-0. And those 1-0 3 points could be very, very vital. And I think second division is really, really interesting.
Sana si benn abi 1 minute like gis nañu ne under 20 bi captain mu dal di ñëw muy James Gomez ñaari place nekk Syria o muy Moussa Diawara Ibrahima Dabo nekk Roma at Bologna mënu dal di ñëw wante biir Gambia at nañ fa yenn players jël nañ benn xale bu jógee Génération de Foot am na tam ñetti place yu jógee Angleterre addition boobu yëpp like lu moo yokk si team bi going to this tournament jamono mu nga xam ne tam is corona tam ba léegi place yi dal di test gars yi xam nga so naka la Matar yokkee si team bi daal na fu nga ne tam ñetti place yi dal di am loolu is a loss to the current under 20.
Well, James could be he's a very important player to the team because my team captain be, and I think waroon nañ ko mën a am nag waaye comme amuñ ko I can definitely tell you ne James is a very important player. Why? Gis nañ Matar add na 2 good central defenders to the team. And I think ñun ñoo toogoon fii ñu analyse Senegal, and we agree that the defense needs to be beef up. Benn player he was playing in Serekunda East, Rio. He's a very tall defender, very aggressive, very reliable. We signed on a short contract with the Sierra Leonean team. Matar how fan la ko gisee, because I've always said that there are very good defenders in the country. They could add up, and I think that is a typical central defender, and you can use him at the midfield six. All the another central defender playing a few games, so it's like I'm really confident about the team, the stability of the team. Players in dafa add quality on the team, especially in England, New England, and I think that credit goes to Matar. This is something that we need. We need our players everywhere around the globe. Yes, Musa Juara would have been a great addition to the team with a national team experience. He would have added a lot of quality in the team. They would have took the team to another level. But hey, this is a team that went to write their own history in their own rights, and I think adding those few players would only add quality to the team.
Habib, Juma Mubarak, mandali la baye lek. Habib, yaa ngi busy woon si HTTP under 17 bi léegi nag dal nga tey nga déglu nga place yu bari, gis nga bina yu bari. Ban conclusion da nga dal di jàppaagum yow léegi nii?
Wow, assalamualaikum everybody. Waa ngi jégal dama late because dama demoon strani Walidan against Talinding pour def a coverage am some stuff, bala
Well, muna nga continuer Musa.
Ina ma diga.
Maladiga, wow.
Wow. The game ended 1-1. Walidan Talinding scored first from a penalty. It was an early goal around the 4th minute. Through their number 10, Nkode Oyemboma, and then Walidan equalized from their teenage young. Walidan equalized through their teenage sensation called John Mendy. For being my first year place league, be more scoring against Brikama. Tay dafa duga laal ball, first to them goal equalized 1-1. So non la jeexé. Thank you. Okay, talking about the under 17, it depends on fan la debate bi nekk, because debate bi si ñaari boor la nekk. One mooy lu Sénégal def or lu CAF def, is it right or wrong, or lan la Gambia mën a def pour use pour avoid yu mel nii.
Lan la Gambia mën a def pour ñu avoid lu mel nii?
Good. First li ñu war a def mooy dañ war a abolish, dañ war a génne MRI. MRI is not the solution, number one. Because MRI dafa danga dem test MRI mag bi pass xale bi fail. Gis nañ ko, man gis naa ñoo xam ne mag bi moo pass, kii moo mag kii 2 years, moom mu pass, kii moo the younger one mu fail, based on your maturity ak sa yax nu mel. Am na ñoo xam ne they grow very fast. At 14 years dañoo mel ni they are 17 or 18. ba pare dama si waxtaan ak ñoo xam ne seen xel daf si màcca si wàllum science ak technology. Am na ñu ma waxal ñoo xam ne ñu ngi America o ñu England, wax ne ma si loo xam ne ñu maa wane lii is not accurate. So the fact that it's not accurate, any country mun na ko use against the country boo xam ne yow danga ko ragal. Suñu amoon a system boo xam ne dafa accurate 99%, then each country in Africa dina fexe ba su dem mu use xale yoo xam ne they are 16 years 6 months or whatsoever. Even if a country to use all under 17 years old players, still now a particular host mun na in problem based on the test. You understand? So Simon, MRI is not the solution, because they can use onto their advantage to put down their opponents, which is not fair, Simon. Okay, bobu ben area la.
La moo tax Gambia ragal ko.
No, foo ma ne Gambia MRI amut ragal fu mu nekk nii, because of su nekkee ne independent body moo la test xam nga su nekkoon ne Gambia mooy test rek dem waaye comme que léegi CAF moo si involve moom mooy decide so the fact ne CAF mooy decide kon boobu amul ragal because soo ko ragalee mooy bul register sa players yi if you register your players they're gonna be tested by force yaa ma understand amuloo choice soo ko ragalee den bul bokk si tournament soo fa bokkee den laa test the only way ni ko moo ragalee mooy bul bokk at all if you are part of the tournament you're gonna be tested now
why Abi
argument fu mu nekk mooy
why ñàkk a nekk si tournament bi man I didn't believe it dama ne it's an opportunity for us to have our junior national team on all the categories. Why man suma okay.
Lu ma miin mooy buuba moo mention about ragal ma ne ko nag soo ko ragalee because MRI mu ngi for everybody it's there for everybody test waaye agreement bi ñaari boor ndax Gambia use nañ li nga xam ne mooy yoon ndax defuñ ko boobu debate boobu
Abi, we are on a social media platform, okay? And then do more details about HB Act stuff. Hell no. Gambia is found one thing, it is done. Disqualified the new, we have to move on with that. We have to get in fuck new moves to Lulu. Now,
well, so we have to stand there. For who knows what if I yalla? No, skip ne Gambia has been found guilty. Lolu suñ ko waxee lolu is not diverse. Fofu bëgg naa yow nga wax ma sa xelaat.
Waaw non wax naa ko xëy na da nga later ñëw. Man li ma foog mooy I think it is important pour ñu go back to the basics. Go back to the reality.
Wow.
Okay? Man li ma taw mooy ma ne foog naa ne there are people responsible of this whole issue.
Okay.
Gambia cannot be the country all the time you get a problem in age. We cannot be the country for that problem. And
fan leen ko de amee.
Under 17 and under 20.
No, fan leen de amee this problem. Because man lu ma gis mooy all this MRI thing is only happening to us in Senegal.
Why can't we take another approach? And ñun Senegal rek lañ mën a rely pour ñu am loolu. This is the question. You just got to hear me out. I think Kaba is the president of the Football Federation. I don't believe in witch hunting. They don't believe in talk executive. You post-mortem the whole issue. And you come up with a strategy we will to avoid all this embarrassment to the country. That's what I said. And I think we have to be realistic. Okay? Are we come young people important? Did they use the right players? I think yes. Most of the players are right.
Most of the players are right. Sana.
Waaw ma la dégg.
Moo tax ma la debate bi. Xam nga debate bi ñaar la. Debate bi ñaar la. Ndax Gambia use nañ the right player loolu benn la.
Waaw.
The other thing mooy nu ñu disqualify is it legit? That's what I'm saying.
Waaw legit bi I will leave loolu ko bàyyi authorities because ñu man maa yow yëpp.
No. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you because xam nga yow.
I have always said it. Ne I trusted the executive to work. Then get a press release. They said they're appealing to CAF. This is what they said.
Man, lu ma explain mooy Gambia dañu nekku ne ay Gambian ñoo ngi test. Gambian testuñu. Dañu test in Senegal. The yardstick to play in that tournament is to be tested in Senegal by the authorities there at CAF, right? ñoo ngi test before you play at Senegal, right? Léegi ñu play guys test ñu ne everything is okay, we are good to go, right? Guys ñoo ñu clear pour ñu play against Senegal, isn't it?
Le problème mooy
non Sana na foofu leer. independent body
Waaw.
ñoo test Gambia not Gambia authority.
FFB dafa ñëw after Senegal MRI test ñu gën a in public ne we have tested all the players and CAF said ne we have a green light for them to play. I don't think that happens. All
No,
these things
lu ma wax mooy
happening now.
Sana
No.
before you play Sénégal demuñ test.
Waaw dem nañ test ndax result bi génn na. Result bi
génn
génn
kay
na.
génn di su génn doo play su génn doo play.
li ma wax ni mooy Habib li ma wax ni administratively CAF mënut a taxaw 1 minute mu ne the results is green it's okay ñu ne test waxuma la ne pre-tournament xam nga ñu ngi boole ñaari affaire Gambia ñu ngi boole ñaari affaire pre-tournament MRI test bi ñu xam ne is supervised by CAF ak the tournament MRI test bi bul fàtte ne dañ testoon Gambia according to lu ma dégg ñu am players yu gaay fail ñu génne leen ñu dem Sénégal am players yu gaay fail ñu génne leen you know what I mean so waaye dama la wax ne man the only test bu ma jël official and bu ma jël seriously is the one conducted before the tournament when the team was there. This is what I'm gonna take. So lima wate mooy the authorities has to come out and tell people okay when them the result and the results were out. They said everything is okay, and I believe 100%. CAF mënuñoo ñëw test players yi si competition during the competition ñu ne it's okay against Senegal ñu ñëw toog ñu gën a waat beneen ñu ne it's not okay, it's not possible. Man duma ko mën a nangu. I cannot just take that one.
Man,
there is something that is not adding up. There is something that is not adding up. Either I believe the results were not out. Last test which was the official test, the results are not out, and they were allowed to play, which fine, that's no problem. Then they give no doping, sir. They don't players randomly. They don't players randomly. Something is not adding up.
Man, small point, mooy leena. Bala nga play tournament bi, you have to be certified to play. You first have to be certified to play. Moo tax may la debate bi tout la.
No.
You're getting
that one wrong.
Dama la may nga ñëw. Non, dama la may nga ñëw. Ma ñëw. Moo tax may la debate bi ñaar la. One mooy ñun as a country ndax use nañ players yi nga xam ne ñëpp they are already age bracket loolu debate boobu xam la the other debate mooy balaa the yardstick pour nga play this tournament dangaa dem test you have to undergo a test su négatifee doo play su positifee dangaa play man loolu laa ñun buñ play Sénégal
non
maa ngi ñëw
I don't think it was like that.
Sana xanaa demuñ test before you play Sénégal.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Are you were not on the group? Xanaa yow ñëw si groupe bi. No, xaaral moo la.
Okay, go on.
No, xam nga soo ma may man dama la may soo fekkee may ma ñëw.
Okay, go on.
xam nga maa yooyu yëpp ñu ngi si di same platform Gambia Football News WhatsApp groupe bi.
Yeah.
Bu gaa waxee ne boy dem nañ MRI test dem nañ test bi so ñu ngi expect the results before the game, right? So we were clear to play against Senegal, and when we lose against Senegal, there was no problem. When we lose against Senegal, there was no problem. Everything happened after we win Mauritanie. Man loolu la so moo tax ma ne debate bi ñaar ñun as a country ndax all the players yu fa nekk ndax ñu si under the age bracket beneen bi mooy test bi nga xam ne moom leen def in Sénégal ba certified ni pour ñu play man foofu laa am problème with like the way the Gambia was disqualified si man is unjust based on
the same page lañ nekk foofu.
Some players in the Malian team are playing for Joliba, the biggest team in Mali.
No, this is the problem. This is the problem we had. Too long cannot make it right. Gambia is found one thing, and we only talk about Gambia. Man, Mayo, you have the same page. You understand? They're using the right players. I will not talk about that because you use on the right place. I believe do you disqualify? Why?
No, but
with
the MRI, they can disqualify anybody because it's not accurate. You also have to.
Why understand? You agree on. When you can't test that certified result, huh? And you have to be very sensitive on that one. I am 100% sure, Mansana Malakowa, I am sure the results were not out by Gambia player Senegal.
Who told that?
I know. Hey, CAF is not a worga body bohame.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Of course, CAF. Hey,
because I have seen Gambians
Sana.
point fingers on CAF. They point fingers on CAF. Well, what I'm saying is the results that I have seen nowhere where they certify places that okay. I know they went for MRI tests. I know they went to MRI tests. I'm now Lulu. Okay, but that result we gain and that gain will be something is a question mark.
Yo, CAF, then lower young player no age.
But they don't have to.
Huh?
They don't have to.
Why? They have to.
It is up to the authorities. What they do, Marek? It is up to the authorities to dig Lulu.
Sana.
CAF is dealing with administration. It's dealing with an administration.
No,
right?
Sana. CAF. I would CAF. Yo kula wahone FIFA is corrupt dohogum. Kula wahone FIFA is corrupt dohogum. CAF mo gena corrupt FIFA. CAF mo gena corrupt FIFA.
But why Gambian authorities can build case? They can build a case because so a player is disqualified for overage and you doesn't want to go in detail about that player. It's not possible. There's nowhere in world football. GFF demand. GFF demand for them to put new results.
Why they even have to demand? Why? So you have briefing. Dafa wala leer. Da nga wone player XYZ. Player XYZ.
Dafa ndurone appeal case rek. Dama la explain that. There are people that sit on it. There are certain things that are confidential. So but you as the federation reserve the right for new one evidence. Can la.
They will do
that. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not going to be that one. And I know the administration will do their utmost best to make sure that they got everything on that one. Let's be sensitive on this issue. But I don't want to comment on the issue much because our support should be given to the 20 and to the national team right now to qualify. I trusted the officials and I saw that because I said okay, we have to. The only thing more excuses. Get to the root of the problem. Can let disqualify. Let them send you all the medical papers because send right like Amco. So from there, they have to come back to the public and tell us why come debate the thing hour. Nyari affair la. CAF disqualified the Gambia. Then set up in buffer. We do first time we have to. The MRI the same MRI test me. Not a player more fail Gambia. Not a player more fail Senegal. So it means that we are sending signal. So
Senegal do you am problem MRI? Senegal.
No.
MRI. Senegal do you am problem MRI? Because we all know how it works there.
They are doing their homework right.
How so are you?
Of course, yes.
Habib.
No, so now. Habib, so those players are 17 years old. No.
Okay. They are not found wanting.
Hey, Sana. Senegal, Senegal, ñun yagal nga dem under 17. Senegal, ñun suñu amee problème rek is in Senegal. Loolu dafa war a leer. Suñu amee yaba MRI yëpp Senegal la day xewee. Du day xewee benn dëkk bu Senegal.
Well, Habib,
playing youth level everywhere. Senegal rek ñoo ngi day indil problème.
Habib,
loolu dafa war a leer indil problème dafa nuroo ñun we don't play our cards very well against Senegal kon. Moo tax ma ne Senegal did their homework right and they always do their homework right.
Which homework did Senegal did like? Which homework?
Because yow nekk ni yow lu ñoo claim mooy there's a foul play. Fine, no problem. There's a foul play. Waaye lan moo tax ñuy amee foul play against Senegal all the time? Est-ce que toog na ñu post mortem loolu? Dañ war a seetaan suñu boppa.
Sena, yow yaa ngi
Okay.
wax. Yow you know. Yow xam nga football politique. Yow xam nga dëkk yu mag yi di advantage buñ am si dëkk yu ndaw yi. Yow xam nga loolu. Man xam naa loolu. Buuba xam na loolu. Yaa ngi understand? Loolu dafa leer. Ñun suñu amee problème yu age yi rek Sénégal. Yow mën nga ma wax ne Sénégal seen team bi is all under 17.
No.
Ah?
Soo ma ko laajee dama wax ne no. Why
Man nga xam ne seen players ñu ngay play in the first league.
But you have no proof.
Why?
You have no proof. Mali disqualified duñ leen.
Man suma problème mooy
Gambia lañ disqualified
is uncalled for. Because
Well,
some players yëpp dem nañ testing. You know?
anyway, I think Habib is trouble with his internet. Buba Dalo tamit, I think the host why come lu ñoo wone mooy let's really understand Gambia is for us. We should not just be pointing fingers to Senegal all the time. Ñun su fekkee ne problème bi Senegal lañ ko dee amee, all I believe in ne mooy authorities should make sure that ne ñu post modern loolu xam the root of the problem. Suñu xamee the root of the problem, then that would be it would be better for us. And I think it is really important pour ñu mën a xam lan la ñoo def. Why we just can't be blaming all the time. It's important for us to have new post-mortem to have the root of the issue. Why are we having such issues on Senegal all the time? Loolu moo tax ma ne at the beginning ne man suma bi ma doon doon it's important pour Kaba activement bi ñu toog ñu post-mortem the whole issue. No, why
Okay,
are
Sana.
we having this problem? This is what I said.
Sana, now what's your take on this MRI thing after overall MRI? Bi nga xam
No,
ne
li ma la wax ni mooy
no xam nga MRI bi fekk ñu waxtaan si because man dama gis players yoo xam ne gis naa am na benn under 17 boo xam ne démb maa ngi demoon train réel de Banjul bu maa ñëw maa ngi waxtaan ak players yi loolu ñu maa woon ne
Sana
am na player bu ñu ma woon
Sana Buba.
am na player bu ñu ma woon nekkul dis team de nekkul dis under 17 à prior kooku ñu laa woon ne
Habib
am na ko xam ne nu mu ko magee ñaari nit ñoo nekk seen diggante
wa Habib
bu ñu demee MRI mag bi dafa pass koo xam ne two people ñu nekk in between kooku pass so tam it's also important ñu discuss this MRI because comme que it's not accurate any
Habib.
country mun na ko use against the
Habib.
other man foofu laay waxee
Sana
Yeah, Buba.
Habib mu ma dégg
yaa ma dégg
Yeah.
Habib
yaa ma dégg
o man ma la dégg yaa ma dégg
waaw man suma problème mooy comme que MRI bi accurate
waa léegi Habib xaaral tuuti rek yow da nga xawal de léegi am na ñu doon déglu Sana am na ñu doon déglu
Waaw.
kenn ki mu ne ma ne président ni waafu bi ñu ngi try pour ñu isi biometric system bu nga xam ne place bu nekk dataam bi dañ koo dal di record pour ñu avec lu nga xam ne mooy cheating bi am na keneen tam mu ne ma ne lu Sana nekk di wax digga la suñu jëlee test bi Dakar dañ ko dee yónnee Egypte ñu analyse ko soo Sana question ma bu doon wax ñooñu loolu digga la xam nga time boobu soo ko defee rek duñ la ko dee jox dañ ko dee yóbbu Egypte ba par exemple ñu ne player ñu ne yeneen même si kaas yi yëpp dañ dee xam ne Gambia jàpp nañ leen cheating wante turi player bi duñ la ko dee wax yéen ñu nga xam ne yaa ngi jógee Sénégal yaa ngi jógee Mali yéen la ko dee duba wante délégation yi Gambia bi ak fédération yi Gambia bi xam nañ ban player dañ dal di jàppa cheating so wax bi yëpp dem na ñëw na wax digga nekkul fa foog ko tey itam dal di génna ñu wax digga because Gambia dafa tuuti pour kaaf nganka gaa yi Gambia dafa tuuti pour Sénégal nganka leen so gaa ñu ne fédération bi xam nañ ban player la yeneen digga xamuñ ko de because soo bàyyee xel tam Sierra Leone ñu leen jàpp cheating ba tax ñoom lu gaa yi di complain den noppi parce que they are found wanting wante ñun Gambia la dañoo wañe no Sénégal la francophonie la
They don't. We are not realistic. Man, xam naa ne I know 100% the results we are out prior to seeing Gambia Senegal. No, I can tell you that. Mota, I try to emphasize that to you, Abi. But it's hard for you to understand.
No, Sana.
All I know is not everything is clear from the FF side. Deglu Nasen press release, and I know 100% when they requested for the record, for the medical certificate of the said player, it will be sent to the FF. But they will never come out to tell people, Kanla, Lala. But we know exactly what happened. Football, Bulfadene Wafu Senegal, and there are people that are in. I mean, it's not just like you know, not everything that they know in the public platform they work. Why them allow one we are disqualified. That's one thing. Let's go back. You post-mortem everything and come up with measures. These things do not happen again. If people responsible are tasked to do this, they should be held responsible. This is what I said. I will not go into detail. Do I not go into details on some things you have the poor man relevant because the new ban digama.
What's the mail Habib léegi dana leen in 2 minutes time like parce que ñu wara move on man dama def seen football dana leen in 2 minutes time like nga
no man am nga Buba man duma dee condone lu nekkul dëgg man I am not man awma ego bobu when facts are on the table.
Yeah.
Man, when facts are on the table, I take the facts. Man, duma de dangalante si lo xamne man wéru mako fen. Man mota may debate bi, nga man luma dafa leer. We have two issues here. First issue bi moy as a nation. Ndax ñu ngay indi the right place. Man loolu laaw. Loolu la ñika wax. Right? After ma waxat ne ndax ñu gëné is it right or wrong? So tout debate la. Man duma de bañ diga. So ma waxé diga dama ko jël. So mo waxe lo xamne xawma ko dama accept lolu yama diga because of the way Sana is talking mom dafa melni he read something from CAF te ñun gisun dara lu CAF take on the table lo xamne ñun dañ ko mëna gis okay moy tamit FA bi he is sonné FA bi xamnañ dara but they sit on it so these are two things lo xamne su nekké né FA bi CAF daf leen wax ne Mr X ak Mr Y ñoo over it and they sit on those information then ñoom ñu ngay indi problème bu ñoo indi mooy they allow people to speculate because man I expect FA bi su nekkee ne CAF moo leen binda ne leen Sana ak Buuba ñoo over it I expect the FA pour ñu wax ñu ñun as a nation ne lii moo xew because man always I try to give those in charge the benefit of the doubt until they mess up. So right now, comme que CAF waxuñ dara, so man duma mëna gomne FAB they receive those information and they sit on it. But
CAF would never disclose. CAF would never disclose the name of those players, but they will communicate to the FF. The FF requested for all the medical records of that said player. I can tell you that.
Well, I'm gonna feel Gambia am a problem. Problem Gambia in this kind of situation. I expect our journalists on the ground, top journalists, you confront the FA for clarity. You understand? Even after this show, many people didn't look Buba Jalawa at Lusanawa. Some smart journalists should take up the challenge. You them see FA, you want there are rumors on a yen. I'm getting clear information about young players like more than you ban. It's the whole area. So man, fake gisuma lolu. I will not point because man, do not go on Uruma and then after I get caught up.
No, I respect that. I respect that. So by hell. Man ma yo bokk nañ platform bo xamne foog naa benn yoon laa wax affaire mooy man news bi déggoon naa ko a day before ñu ko génna and I think Gambia ñu want the internet blackout and I think ma xamoon naa ko waaye li ma def mooy dama mën woon toog ma déglu because soo bàyyee suma Facebook page I was one of the few first ñoo xam ne ñoom ñoo ko njëkk a Well, how about I knew it. I knew that was happened. But CAF will never on the administrative point of view. CAF will never disclose those things. They can only communicate it directly to the authorities concerned, and you ham nañ ko. You know, politique bi. More than man buguma, I don't want to be saying a lot of things because duma dem buga suma relationship ak ñene Gambia da nga wax ñu feel ne ki mu ngi vision naka post mortem xamal li ma wax mu ma déggal li ma wax
why Sana
post mortem da bottom ñu make sure that ñu strategize ko ñu move forward.
Sana, man, I'm not giving CAF a high five like you're doing. You are talking like CAF are transparent. No, it's not. It's not.
No, but in this case,
CAF is as corrupt as any other institution. You have to understand.
Gambia Gabon. When I mean issue at the decision big did CAF don't go give CAF on the side. Don't go give CAF some decision big Gambia Gabon. When I mean issue bobu. Did you ever see the CAF publicly online new work?
Your CAF,
they will communicate. They have to communicate directly to the authorities concerned.
Why? Lol is not important. So how more important? What CAF did against Gambia was unacceptable. Lol is biased. Your hamga lolu, man hamna lolu. Gambia went to Gabon we follow all the rules, all the CAF rules and protocol. Gabon bu ñëwé Gambia deful lolu. Te look at CAF stand on that. Look at their stand on that, Sana. CAF is as biased as any other institution. I'm not giving it a high five.
ñun lu bari lañ xamut. Ñun lu bari lañ xamut ci football bi. Lo xamne dafa difficult torop pour ñu mun ko wat platform bi because we are almost on the hour mark 11 minutes. So
Sana
nañ ko debate bi nañ ko continuer ci
luma dé wax moy luma leer moy Gambia went to Gabon. They were tested twice. Is it so?
Yep.
Gabon came to Gabon. No, they do rek. Man luma wax moy luma xam. Not lo xamne dafa la wax. Man luma dé wax lu leer la dé wax. Gambia went to Gabon. They were tested at the airport. They were tested in their hotel. Fine. Gabon came to Gambia. They refused to be tested. You understand? There was no point. No fine. We did nothing wrong. No fine. Lula wahani. Motamay la CAF. Blame your high five. They are as biased as any other body. Yo, I'm
in this case,
Mulo ma wane Senegal under 17. Those boys are 17 years old. Lolo mulo confirm. The same thing applies to the Malians. You have the play league football in Mali. Yo mulo ma is 17. Lolo mulo ko verify. You have any?
I'm not No. Is it that ne? Senegal or Mali are playing their cards better than the Gambia? It's a question mark.
Which cards are you talking about?
It's important for us to postmortem the whole issue. You come up with tangible solutions.
Sana, in Africa, even not Africa, even in Europe, you could have won a FIFA wars that corrupt the Hogum.
Why, Habib, debate bi duñ ko mëna jéxal tay dañ ko dal di complete wante si gàttal rek yaa ngi woon tey diggante Talima United ak Walidan league bi after 5 games noo ko gisee si exposure ambiance quality bi performance bi place yu fa dal di jógee.
Man lu ma gën a impress si league bi this year mooy the love bu ma gis Gambian fans yi the love they give to their play because léegi every game bu ma dem
fans
non moom every game bu ma dem su game bi jeexee fans yi dañoo invade the field taking selfies with the league players loolu jox na ma hope ne our people ñu ngi start to love our league every game bu ma dem su game bi jeexee rek fans yi dañoo go si field yëpp take pictures with the players loolu is a very positive sign for me. Number two, I'm seeing goals. League B, I don't struggle with goals, but for some reason, I think we have improved in terms of goals. You get score goals. So far, so good in terms of the quality of football and the visibility of Mohamed John. But it would have been better when the JFF they did their homework right. Better for Serekunda East West Manjai on time at Banjul did not allow some fans because I'm not going to the golf project. Definitely how a challenge they won't go. I'm not having them bass with you. You understand? They all those venues you host games. So man the dark side moy nuga nelewe be league bi door te defaruñ ben part lolu was unacceptable. But in terms of the love, in terms of the quality of football, and in terms of goals scored, because time of league be then you have problem with goals scored. But this year, this na goals and yoku. This na the love we have the local people ñu ko jox towards their club. Lolu mom man ko baye xel bu baaxa baax. So far so good. Na am len lo ma laaj.
Wante okay, Sana fay la nga ne sa kaddu wala ñoo dal di tej fay la nga ne sa kaddu bi.
Wow, from what I think we have to get over this on the 17th issue. And then what I mean more is get over it is more come trust now FFB, executive we will talk, then talk, you post with everything, you come up with solutions and then come up with mechanisms, whoever is responsible of that carelessness. And I think the Kaba and his team should be able to work on that to make sure heads rules. It doesn't have to repeat because it doesn't have to be Kaba, it doesn't have to be Bucks, it doesn't have to be Lantombo, it doesn't have to be anybody, but there are people taxed. These are executives, and I believe that they should stood their stand to make sure that it happens. Time to move on, to give our support to the under 20. They deserve more than what we are doing now, what the whole country is doing now. We're glad that Matar joined the team. We don't want to talk about all the negativity surrounding that. Come tomorrow at the beginning, more. There are a lot of positives, and let's build on the positives. The coaches always believe in the whole negative. You pick out so that we can work on, but the positives we will always try to build on the positives. And I think it's positive that Matar is with his boys, and I'm wishing them all the best.
Talking about the under 17. Some might think I'm a little bit defensive, but I'm not. It's a fact. Anybody who is responsible, because man can mumuma. I think by myself can mumuma what to do. There are people responsible. They are at fault. We will use our platform to talk about it, and we will name names. It was Mr. X's fault or Mr. Y fault. Man, you are problem. We are here to defend. Man, I defend my country as a nation. Not man, do my defend institution. I only defend an institution. Small feeling is unacceptable. I can defend you, but generally, man, I'm in for Gambia. So there are people not if I lapses, barely happen to me. Still now, we will talk about it because ban can be good load. Law hamne munden ko def to avoid it. Nen ko def. Why my biggest issue moy the fact that this MRI is not accurate. Te mun na test mag ak xale test mag bi pass xale bi fail man tam lolu suma concern bu mek la because the fact that mag ya ngay pass xale di fail bobu tam is a problem. It's a huge problem. Man lolu mom jaxal la ma lol te gis na ko with my eyes ñoo xamne ki mo mag ki te ki lañ clear bay ki. So man tam lolu suma issue la. I have issue with the MRI. Definitely.
Kon mbokki déglukat yi mën naa dal di sant di leen dal di gërëm gis nañ seen texte yi gis nañ seen comment yi affaire yi biométrique bi am na ku doon déglu moo ko dal di wax am na ku doon déglu tam moo dal di digalal ne sanatam ne results yi dañ ko dee dal di seen Egypte te pare tam like fédération bi dañoo xam tur bi même si dañoo xam ne Gambia daal dañ leen jàpp cheating wante ne kontaan naa trop pour ngeen dal di topp lu nga xam ne mooy programme bi man la seen xarit ak seen rakase Buuba Jallow fa la boowee Lamine Borom mu ne naa dal di nuyu Omar mu ne naa dal di nuyu kon jërë ngeen jëf
why Buuba Jallow make sure some people, some boys, some journalists that are to be trusted, they have to follow up because Lee Isula, they have to follow up. If FAB receive the names of players nga xam ne ñoo over 8 loolu is very important because loolu dafa am lu more clear. Because you body they are sitting by the fence because ku melni man ci la boka ci dama feel ne FAB joxil leen yan names la sana seet under normal circumstances ñoom am nañ names yi so man tamit bugga naa some of our journalists ñu def a follow up ñu mun ñoo xamal exactly yan players moo tax ñu ban it's very important.
I will say it for the last time. The FF, if they have requested for the record of the players that the players in question, they should be in that position by now, because it's their right as an association to get that, and then I'm sure, pretty sure, all the communicate will be sent to them regarding the medical certificate of those players. So it is up to the FF, it is up to us to be sincere enough to say this is what happened, or we sit on it and trying to mislead the public.
No, we will keep asking because we want to know.
Yeah, it's come lima. There is nowhere during Sulumane Kasi football. There is nowhere that a federation requested for information, additional information on a specific thing. Amutko, Amut Fen, especially when it comes to disqualification. These are very, very serious things. They are not taken lightly.
It is.
But I am quite sure that the results we are not available prior to Senegal Dimbi. And it is up to the FF to provide on 17th place. It is not up to CAF. They just players randomly. So I mean, that's it. And then and then see you next week.
Thank you.